Now let's make sure everything's working, and then we're going to get started. Let's see. Can you hear me? Did I not turn on the receiver? I did turn on the receiver, but I muted. YouTube, but now YouTube's unmuted. So everything seems to be working great because we have work to do. Friends, thanks for dropping by, saying hi, being interested, being here this morning. It is 5:10 a.m. and we're going to get started with this morning's workout routine, which is going to be full body kettlebell, and if you're a man over 40 or 50, then, getting fit and healthy might be something you're interested in. We can have a conversation about that. For those of you who are watching, my name is Toby. I am 41 years old. I train to live an active, self-sufficient and adventurous life. And I do so by minding my sleep. Try to get between 7 and 9 hours in a night. Yesterday I got 6 hours and 58 minutes. I'll count that as 7 because I don't think my watch is that accurate, but I'll give it the margin in my favor. I try to eat within my energy balance, which is around 2,200 calories. So I try to be mindful of what I eat and the quantities that I consume in relation to the level of activity I experience throughout the day. I eat lots of greens, lots of vegetables, lots of whole foods, and I try to mind my protein intake between 60 and 80 grams on a non-weight training day and between 80 and 100 grams on a weight training day, which I think should be sufficient to hit my strength and muscle building goals, at least. I hope so. I hope that is the case. Beyond that, I try to spend time with people I love and care about, do things that I enjoy, generally try to live a stress-free life. This is about the way I feel, not about the way I look. I would like to feel fit, capable, and competent for living that adventurous life. And the best way I've figured how to do that is to be mindful of how my body develops and stays healthy over time, which is why we do the workouts this morning. And during the workouts we talk about health, fitness, and kettlebell, because kettlebell is what I prefer to do at home, although I do mix in some body weight exercises. So hey, if any of that is interesting, then you let me know and we can get started and continue the conversation. But for now, we are going to get started. Full body kettlebell workout, and I'm going to focus on strength and conditioning. But before that, we are just going to get some warm up in, because we need that to get started. Now, we are facing some serious issues as society because we are getting older and older, but we're not necessarily staying as healthy as we could. And I think that's a shame. That's a waste of all those extra years that we are getting and receiving. We're just going to do regular old push-ups this morning. we're going to do kickstand deadlift. So basically makes this a one-legged deadlift. Okay? Left. We're going to repeat that on the right. That's going to be quite the thing. Hey, good morning. Thanks for rolling by. Gaming and Art. Thanks for rolling by, saying hi. Hope you're well. And I appreciate the fact that you dropped by and said, hey, listen, we have a problem because we now live in a world where more than half the people are overweight and a portion of them are obese. And we want to understand that the risk of developing all kinds of diseases and complications from carrying too much excess weight on our bodies before the age 70 or 80. Right? It's tremendous. So you want to we're going to do the racked kettlebell squat. One side and then the other side. So chances of us developing those poor health outcomes are relatively large given the world we live in today and the challenges society imposes on us in terms of staying fit, staying healthy. And I think it's absolutely crucial to our quality of life, health and fitness, that we develop a good understanding of the things we can do to stay fit and healthy and capable throughout life. And that we also need to be mindful of how easy it is to slip the other way without realizing it. No, whether we like it or not, we are likely going to be alive until we're 80. And I don't know about you, but I don't tend to spend my life from 70 to 80, or from 80 to 90, being miserable because of poor choices. Because of poor choices I've made in life. Regarding my sleep, regarding what I eat, regarding how active I am, regarding my relationships, and regarding things that I chose to master or not to master. I think that not only do the statistics work against us, it's become so normal to see basically two extremes. You're either a muscle man, incredibly muscular, lean, have that six pack, or you're somewhat larger, softer, and overweight. And there's not a lot in between, which is a real shame if you think about it. If I have a steak. Thanks for rolling by, for saying hi. I hope you're doing well. Where you're at in the world. The stick, I left my workout clubs in the wardrobe today because we're working out with kettlebells this morning. with the lightweight. Still just trying to get that shoulder to align properly, to have the work done well, so that that chain of muscles doesn't get sore. And the split squats is where it's at again. So now if you want to stay fit and healthy, but first get fit and healthy in your 40s and 50s, you need to be very honest with yourself about why you might want to do that. What is the reason that you might think, hey, I would like to be fitter and healthier for life. And when you figure out why you want to do that, understand that there's really a good emotional connection to that goal, to that reason why. So for me, it really is that I want to stay discomfort and disease-free for life, for living. So it's truly about figuring out what it is that I need to do in terms of sleep, in terms of food, in terms of activity to stay fit and healthy for living. Okay? And to be very honest, that'll probably differ for different people. That'll differ for different people because health and fitness is incredibly personal, if that makes sense, right? I appreciate the sport. Okay. Health and fitness really is one of those things where everyone has an opinion about their sleep. Everyone has an opinion about their food. Everyone has an opinion about their exercise. And I think that's great to a certain degree. But there are two notes that I would make based on my experience with the topic. And that's one, nearly everything you do is going to improve your health and fitness. Okay? So just keep that in mind, that from a physiological point of view, if you're consistent and you provide stimulus to your body, doesn't matter which shape or form, kettlebell, dumbbell, barbell, weight machine, resistance bands, treadmill, bike, elliptical trainer, skiing machine, swimming, right? If you're consistent over time, you will absolutely see the effects on your general health and fitness. Okay? So that's just something to keep in mind. 2, people are so caught up in the details that they forget the bigger picture. And the bigger picture, honestly, is that you need to focus on the big things before focusing on all of the details. And the big things are we sleeping well enough? Are we eating well enough? Are we moving sufficiently throughout the week? Okay, now we are at 20 minutes. 10 times 12 kettlebell swings for the final 10 minutes of today's full body workout. We did. Oh, no. Sorry. Hang on. I'm being lazy. We have them squats, right? And we want to make sure that we complete those squats because we're going to need that volume for living. Okay. Oh, that's nice and relaxed. Working up decent sweat, getting our heart rate up somewhat. They're just doing the work. And you'll see those kettlebell swings are going to bring it home in a moment. Just getting the basics right. And those basics, friends, those basics are relatively straightforward if we are willing to pay attention to them. Okay. 12 swings, all in a day's work. All right. First set down. And second set coming up. Okay, so can we figure out how to get sufficient sleep? By doing little things, making minor changes to our sleep hygiene. How dark is the room? How cool is the room? What is the room used for? Is it fresh? Is it clean? Is it noisy? What do we eat? What do we drink before we sleep? Second set. 8 more to go. Okay. Same for our nutrition. Can we figure out the 2 big basics? That is, what is our energy balance? As in, how much do we actually need to eat to stay alive and function and be well fed? Versus, when are we undernourished and when are we overnourished? Third set. Thirdly, how do we put enough activity and movement into our lives? Okay? Not just training, because training is hard to keep doing, but what are the opportunities? Fourth set. Fifth set coming up. What are the big challenges in terms of activity? Is it time? You might be incredibly busy. I think that's completely valid. Fifth set coming up. Okay, halfway there, right? So besides training, which is goal specific, right, which is related to the types of adaptations that we want to drive in terms of us being fit and healthy, being strong, having muscle mass, having strength, having cardiorespiratory fitness. What is movement in our day-to-day? Because you can train all you want. If you're sitting the other 16 hours a day before you lie down to sleep, it's not going to pay off in any way. Sixth set. Maybe I should work on loose arms a little bit here, also in the 7th set. So movement, just general walks, activities, getting around, doing things, being active, okay? I think it's important to understand that is a basic requirement for life. 7th set, loose arms. Okay, going into the 8th set. Okay, so those are some very relative, simple basics for overall health and fitness, and leading into longevity. It's that plus the relationships we maintain, the contributions we make to community, society, the idea that the idea that we need something in life to be good at. Doesn't matter how small it is, whether it is cooking a delicious meal, drawing, painting, talking, being a good conversationalist is such an underrated skill nowadays. But I'm telling you, find something that you are good at and become really good at it, because it might give you some joy, pleasure. Which helps with the long-term health and fitness. We're coming up on the final set, friends. And this was just a relaxed Monday morning workout, but worthwhile, I think, and good. 10th set, 12 swings. Let's go. We've got this. And we're done. Let's take a minute, sit down, relax. We're going to just reflect on our day, on what lies ahead, on what we've already done. It's quite an accomplishment, right? Showing up at 5:15 in the morning, actually getting the day started. Friends, thanks for dropping by, for saying hi. Remember, this is about the way I feel, not about the way I look. I would like to be fit, capable, and competent for a living at 41, 51, 61, 71, 81, who knows, even at 91. So if that's something you're interested in, you go ahead, check out my channel. Hit like, hit subscribe. Make sure you stay updated, and we can continue the conversation. All right? Remember to be well, to take good care of yourself and to be mindful of where we are in the world and what's going on. We're good just the way we are. We've got to love ourselves before we can move on. It's the person we are today is going to get us to where we want to be tomorrow. So a bit of kindness going to go a long way, all right? There are enough people out there who want to put us down, so we'll lift ourselves up. And the only way to get anything done is by showing up and doing the work. I sincerely hope you're going to join me on this journey on my channel. We're going to continue working out together, 523 days workouts in. We're going to make that 5,230 at one point. All right, friends? Remember, the only way to get anything done is by showing up and doing the work. So hit like and subscribe if you're here. And I appreciate you dropping by, saying hi, and check out anything else on my channel. And if you want to really help me out, help me boost my watch time. So just go over to my channel, boost my watch time, watch a video all through, or listen to a podcast. Subscribe. Take care, friends. And as for all of you here as well, subscribe, friends, and take care.